US versus Middle East Muslim views on Hamas. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic: why Muslims in America and the Middle East have different views on Hamas. It's a complex issue, so let's break it down. First off, in the US, there's a generational divide in views on Israel-Palestine. Younger Americans, including many Muslims in the US, are more sympathetic to Palestinians and critical of Israel. This perspective often extends to being more understanding of groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, who they see as resistance fighters against Israeli occupation. But here's where it gets interesting. In the Middle East, opinions on Hamas are much more varied and often more critical. Many countries in the region view Hamas and Hezbollah not just as resistance groups, but as destabilizing forces. This is especially true in places like Egypt and Saudi Arabia, where governments are wary of Hamas's ties to the Muslim Brotherhood and Iran. So why the difference? In America, Muslims, especially the younger generation, are exposed to a lot of media and activism that focuses on the Palestinian plight. This shapes their views and often leads to a more favorable opinion of Hamas, which is seen as standing up to Israeli aggression. Plus, living in the land of the free, there's a strong emphasis on supporting the oppressed, which influences their stance. On the other hand, Muslims in the Middle East experience the conflict differently. Many have first-hand experience with the chaos, terror, and instability that groups like Hamas and Hezbollah can bring. They see the internal power struggles, the economic hardships in Gaza, and the broader geopolitical games at play, unlike those in the US, for now, at least. This leads to a more critical view of Hamas as a political and militant entity that complicates peace efforts. Adding to this, there's also the role of regional politics. Countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE are normalizing relations with Israel, seeing it as a strategic move against Iran. This shift influences public opinion, making support for Hamas less prevalent and more politically sensitive. Interestingly, some American Muslims are now reconsidering their political alliances due to these complex dynamics and the outcry of Muslims in the Middle East. Disillusioned with the Democratic Party's stance on Israel, a few are even willing to consider Trump, despite his controversial policies like the Muslim ban. They're looking for concrete actions to support Palestinian statehood, potentially through negotiations involving Saudi Arabia. All this shows that opinions on Hamas are far from monolithic. They're shaped by local experiences, media narratives, and broader geopolitical trends. Understanding these nuances is crucial for anyone interested in Middle Eastern politics and US foreign policy. So there you have it, a glimpse into the differing perspectives of Muslims in America and the Middle East on Hamas. Stay wise, folks. It's a topic that's as complicated as it is important. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Catch you next time, and remember, leverage your power.